bags where horror lies.
Hello and welcome back to the Body Bags channel. I am the Sinister One, host for Thursday, and this week is a special theme week. It's animation, so I picked a great film to review for this special theme. It's one of my personal favorites, and if you don't know the cover by now, it is Vampire Hunter D, Bloodlust, the second in a animation trilogy. And I have to say, not only is this, got vampires, zombies, werewolves, and the like, it's also just a well done animation movie. Great story telling, great plot, plenty of action, also just great storytelling. I mean, this is an adventure film. I mean, it's about bounty hunters that are on the trail of this vampire and want to collect the bounty on his head. So, with that, I'll get into the synopsis of this film. An apocalyptic epic. So, Dee has been hired by this rich family to track down Meyer Link, a notoriously powerful vampire who has abducted a human woman, Charlotte Elborn. So it's the Elborn family who hired Vampire Hunter D to rescue and bring back their daughter. These orders are strict: find Charlotte at any cost, so dead or alive, just bring her back. For the first time, Dee faces serious competition. Also, there's another group of bounty hunters, and they're called the Marcus Brothers. So I loved that band of vampire hunters. I mean, they're an awesome bunch. So a family of vampire hunters were hired for the same bounty. Dee must intercept Meyer and conquer hostile forces on all sides in a deadly race against time. Despised by vampires for his profession and by humans for the blood in his veins, Dee relentlessly pursues his prey for a price. So, on that note right there, they go on this journey, chasing down Meyer, who's got this plan for this human woman, Charlotte, that he kidnapped, and he's got a bunch of henchmen. They're pretty much monsters by his side, and Dee has to fight them. The Marcus Brothers are trying to get the bounty first so they can collect the very wealthy award and rid the planet of vampires, since the vampire community is dwindling. So they've been outnumbered and slaughtered, so they're on scattering for survival against these bounty hunters. So I'd have to say everyone needs to check this movie out. There's plenty of different unique characters in here. There's this, he's some kind of ghoulish vampire who has this shroud, and he just travels with his shroud onto the floor and hides in the shadows and then peeks up. I mean, that character is awesome. There's the Wolfman, of course, and he's very unique in the way he transforms into the werewolf. It's very unique and very you don't see a lot of that, so I like how they did that character up. There's this Dryer woman. She's like this female monster who transforms into a a plant and a tree, and she's kind of like, almost kind of like a poison ivy character-ish, but she turns into, you know, this big, you know, rooted tree thing with spikes, and she transforms. Her character's awesome. There's this town they come across full of monsters, and at the end there's the epic castle, and another character is introduced at the end. I'm not going to give that away because, you know, you're just going to have to watch it because it's pretty epic. And of course Meyer, the vampire himself, he's awesome, you know, I mean, just very powerful. And then of course there's Vampire Hunter D, you know, he's a done pill, so he's half vampire, half human, but he walks, you know, out in the sunlight. He's got this character who's got a talking hand with a face, and you know, the little hand character is great, just very sarcastic and cracks jokes, but also has very powerful abilities and helps Dee out. And also there's great voice talent in this film. I mean, most of these voices can be recognized throughout the animation genre, so a lot of voice talent from the Spawn HBO series, so another favorite of mine. And this one was directed by Mada Yamato. I probably butchered that, but Yamamoto, I think that's how you pronounce it, but I'm not too sure. But anyways, it's a great film. There is a part 2 to this because it's Bloodlust. The other one's just titled Vampire Hunter D. So there's Bloodlust Part 2 that just came out, and I didn't even know it was out, so I'm gonna have to pick that one up, definitely. So this has got an old style cartoonish feel. If you liked growing up in the 80s and you like those types of cartoons that were on, you know, cable TV, you'll definitely like the way this was done. This is a regular old DVD, but you know, it doesn't bother me any. I'm sure the Blu-ray is a lot better, but you know, I enjoy watching the DVD copy of this. I mean, it's just great. Everything about this movie is fantastic. So I encourage you all to go and track this down. I bought a used copy because at a point in time this one was out of print and very hard to find, but now you can go on eBay, Amazon. They're, ever since Blu-ray came out, these ones came back in print, so you know, and they're not that expensive. So see Vampire Hunter D, Bloodlust. Check out the first one that's started it all, and you know, pick up the Bloodlust Part 2 if you can find it. You won't be disappointed in that. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Peace out, people.